For the beginning of day 3, could see the walls begin to crumble. Tots for the match. Oh, what a way to finish. What a way to win a game. Tommy Lishman tops to win the match and to defeat Robert Thornton. And it means it's going to be advantage Lee Cox at the top of the table, doing so with an average of 94.3, 4 from 10 on his doubles. A slow start for Thornton. That may be the only mistake he's allowed today. Coming up next, it is Lee Cox against Pontus Danielsson.
Pontus should require 70.
And Cox is nowhere to be seen. 20 for tops.
Game shot on
Back to 3-2, and Danielsson gets the break.
Having that nice tidy little 74 shot as
require 90.
Pin it again, he's the victor. 2 at double 19. And Lee Cox has the ascendancy in this group. He now has a 2-point lead over Robert Thornton at the top of the table. The Fawn failed in his first task. Crafty Coxie is successful in his. He gets the better of the Swedish qualifier Pontus Danielsson by 4 legs to 2. That's how the game panned out from a statistical viewpoint. Coming up after the break, we're going to see Sebastian Bietry and David Evans go toe-to-toe. This, a big game in the race to see who's going to be in B and who's going to be in C.
Time can be a danger for a dart player.
That first start's perfect for another one to follow it. The bullseye to reel in the big fish.
Flag, David Evans.
To send us all the way. And on a week which has been littered with big finishing, that's the biggest of them all.
Final leg.
And Bietry is back up in the madhouse.
Sebastian, you require 2.
Well, this will tell us how Seb's feeling today.
No score.
He's gone next door. He can't believe it.
David, you require 5.
He was knocking on the door but went in the wrong one.
And Evans can open the door, but that first start was a little bit precarious. But that double 2 was delightful. And David Evans takes out a 4-3 win against Sebastian Bietry. The Pole, who missed a number of match darts himself. And relief on the face of David Evans, who netted the big fish. At the tail of the tape, a 4-3 win for Evans. Coming up next, Lee Cox up against Tommy Lishman.
But she seemed to get the line and length wrong on this occasion, but with Lishman back on 188, or is he?
180. Lee, you require 40.
The strangest 180 I've ever seen there with the last dart. Had a bit of shoulder, bit of wrist, bit of arm, bit of body.
No score.
Had everything in it, but it went where he wanted to go. And now Lishman finds himself on double 4 for immediate break back. And Lee Cox has had 6 darts at tops.
Game shot on a second leg.
Well, the last 180 was a little bit comical. There was nothing funny about that. And Lishman actually just gives a little bit of an apology to Lee about that, who I don't think found the funny side whatsoever.
You must take in.
We're going to take in a ton topper. Double 16 for the 108. And that could be a game changer in the favour of Lee Cox. Back to 2-2 and just beginning to rediscover his mojo.
5th flag.
Give a little bit away here. He hasn't been doing it all week. Is the big fish going to go again? Yes, it is! Tommy Lishman on the big stage. Yes, indeed, Tommy. We love it. Absolutely. 9 darters, 170. Is there anything this guy can't do? So, yes, it's a 91.55. And the most important stat there is 4 on the Lishman side and 2 on the Lee Cox side. 4 from 5 on the checkouts from Lishman. Very impressive 80% checkout, and there is highest checkout of 170. We're going to head into a short break. You've got time to put your kettle on, but when you come back, you will see David Evans against Robert Thornton.
Choir 89.
In another big fish. for leg 7.
64. David, you require 65.
So, all about David Evans now. And this 65.
Game shot.
And Evan
on the match.
takes
David
the match.
Evans.
4-2. Inflicts more pain on Robert Thornton. Started the day at top of the group, Thornton, and now he's lost his first 2 games. David Evans there with an 88.52. Thornton on an 87, but it's that 2 from 9 stat for Thornton that's causing him a problem. So will he split this, or is he going straight for it? He goes straight for it,
on the match.
and it's
David
the right
Evans.
move. Evans moves on to 3 wins from 3 on day 3 here of Group A. Lishman takes his first defeat. As you can see, he knows where the camera is. There's Dave Evans, 85.34, 4 from 11 on the doubles. Lishman goes back to lick his wounds. We head into a short break, and when we return, we will have Lee Cox taking on Sebastian Bieletsky.
Beautiful first start. Sumptuous second.
Game
And
shot
an
on the
immaculate
leg.
third.
Lee Cox.
And that keeps Cox in the contest.
He was thinking
He
about
required
it
47.
when he was stood there at the table. Double 16, favoured side of the board. He's been so good here.
15.
But
Sebastian,
not
you
on this
require
occasion.
28.
Momentum swing back in the favour of
Game shot on the
Bieletsky.
fifth leg.
And he
Sebastian
takes the
Bieletsky.
chance.
How again swings back and forth just when we thought Cox had the
Sixth leg. It's
momentum. The misses continue to rack up. It's double 5. It's the other side.
score. Lee, you require 52.
And so Lee Cox now, for the ultimate reprieve, the ultimate get out of jail free
Game
card,
shot.
and he
Unmatched.
finds the
Lee
double
Cox.
16 to get over the line after Sebastian Bieletsky spurned a whole host of match darts. The relief is there to see. He can't quite believe he's won that game, but he knows with that win, he is in full control. He has a 4-point lead, and he may well realise that dream at long last. 4-3 Cox. Coming up next, Thornton against Danielson. Great dart, double 15. Excellent
on the second
execution,
leg,
excellent
Robert
leg.
Thornton.
It's an 11 darter. Tops for the match,
Game
tops for the
shot,
win,
on the match
and a superb
for Robert
performance for Robert Thornton. An average just under 102, a 14 darter to finish, and he is still in the race. He says to Lee Cox, "You are going to have to serve it out, son. I'm still here, despite the poor start I made to the day." That is the tale of the tape.
You require 115.
Have the other players seen Lee trying to limp over the line a little bit against Seb in the last one that he had, and then thinking, oh, hang on a minute here.
Game shot on the first leg.
He's showing
David
a few
Evans.
nerves.
136 to square up at 1-1, and that first dart is perfectly pitched. It's double 8. Oh, it's
Game shot on the second
magnificent.
leg. Lee Cox.
Absolutely sublime from Lee Cox. 2 legs played, 2 tub plus outs.
Third leg. It's David to throw
1-1,
first.
and this
Game
is
on.
an absolute corker. Great first dart. This is for a 3rd consecutive tub plus
Game
checkout.
shot on the
It's
third
raining
leg.
down
David
with
Evans.
tub plus checkouts. It's like confetti at a wedding. It's 2-1 Evans.
Shows the moment
David,
and
you
what it
require
means.
20.
Is this the moment the pendulum swings again? Double 10. And now double 5 for David Evans. But now he's spurned opportunity. And look in the
No score.
background there.
Lee
Lee
require
Cox's
40.
facial expressions. He is G'd up.
Game shot
And
on the
he
sixth
uses his
leg. Lee
reprieve.
Cox.
And we go all the way again. But is it relevant? Triple 20 bull for David Evans. The bullseye it is. to beat Lee Cox.
Game shot.
That will be a dagger to the heart of Lee Cox. David Evans with 3 ton plus checkouts. The last one, the little fish to win the game. And suddenly he's on 16 points. And suddenly he's a part of the chasing pack. And suddenly Robert Thornton has got the ascendancy. After the break, Pontus Danielson will take on Tommy Lishman. Lishman can move on to 16. This is a crazy, crazy group.
Tommy, you require 141.
Well, this would be for back-to-back ton plus checkouts. Double 12. Oh,
Game
this is
shot on a
superb.
fifth flag. Tommy Lishman.
Resilience.
Game shot.
But Lishman will not let opportunity pass him by. 2 ton plus checkouts when he really was up against it. Has turned the tide in the favour of Tommy Lishman. It just keeps him interested in the race for top place. 4-2. The margin of victory there. However, if Thornton wins this next one against Bietry, it is down to 2 horses to run the course and to cross the ticker tape. The finishing department. Bietry to put himself a leg away. He's going to get a dart at double 16.
51.
Misses that dart at double 16. He's 2 for 9 now on the doubles. And so Thornton for the break. Double 18.
Game shot
Under pressure. Robert Thornton's finishing has been bang on point.
Seeing another momentum swing. Bullseye. It's 13 for double 16. This is to go 3-3. He would have to throw in the last. And we're seeing more determination. It goes begging this time, but he will be back. Thornton back on 215.
He can only hit big and hope that there's mistakes. Well, he's doing the hitting big thing.
140.
And now he's got to hope that Bietry can
16.
miss 3 at double 8.
But
it's a resilience in abundance for Sebastian Bietry for double 6.
12.
To complete the card for 5 wins out of 5 on Wednesday. David Evans, well, he was the best of the pack on Wednesday, and he'll go into Thursday and Friday's action in tip-top form. He looks a relieved man. He looks a happy man. I think he's all smiles. Well, England with a 4-0 victory. Maybe that is something that maybe will be the case later on this evening. However, it all comes down to this. It's Robert Thornton against Lee Cox for a place in Saturday night's final. The first place in Saturday night's final. It's live and next.
Required 20.
Double 10 for Cox then. Creeping ever closer.
No score. Robert, you require
close
41.
enough, and has he had 5 darts for this leg, and Thornton punishes him.
Robert Thornton. 5.
The panic will begin to set in for Lee Cox. This is superb. Under pressure, Robert Thornton's making diamonds. For Coxey, could change the game again.
He's got to do to Robert what Robert did to him. Treble 18. And they are so
58.
right on the wire.
Robert, you require
having
10.
no luck here.
Game shot on the third leg. Robert Thornton
takes that one too.
Double 19. It's a miss into the single 7. And Lee Cox is going to return for double 10. Thornton has missed a dart to win this group.
82. Lee, you require 20.
It's double 5. That is a massive dart under the circumstances. This week he has qualified for the finals once. He has come so close so many times, but hasn't been able to find a way through. He is going to set himself up for that elusive opportunity if Thornton cannot take this out.
Treble 19 for Thornton. It's not going to go. So Lee Cox, it's time to fill your boots.
You require 32.
Is it finally his time? Double 16. And at long last, Lee Cox is in to finals night.
Lee, you require 94.
We said in the opening shots on Monday morning that this was going to be a very tight group. Double top.
Game shot.
Oh,
and
the match.
Lee Cox.
And Lee Cox, that is a special, special shot. You can see how happy the man is. He makes his Saturday night debut on Saturday. Lee Cox tops the group with a 4-3 win over Robert Thornton. Look how happy he is. Nearly wandered off. I think he left his darts in the board. He forgot that he needs them. Come on, son, pick them up. You need them Saturday night. Lee Cox through to Saturday night. So we know our first finalist for week 8. Look what it means to him. Great camera work there. The averages, they mean nothing. It's all about winning that game. It's the 4-3 stat to Lee Cox. We're going to head off to a short break. And when we return, we'll be back with our last game of the day. It's Tommy Lishman against Sebastian Bietry.
Sebastian, you require 60.
This is for free zip. It's Tots Bietry.
Caught the flight with the second dart, but no mistake with the third. Lishman now in all sorts of problems, being able to do nothing about it and watching it all unfold around him.
Triple 20 tops is not going to go.
56.
They're almost concessionary darts on Tommy Lishman.
He's had a great Group A campaign, though, hasn't he, right up to this point?
But it's double 16 for Bietry.
48.
And that was
Tommy,
his chance
to
make it through to tomorrow night's session.
He's had 9 ton-plus finishes, has Lishman. Is this number 10?
97.
No, not to be.
You require 16.
Double 8 for Sebastian Bietry to seal a 4-0 victory to end the group. It's going to be the Pole who primes himself for Group B. Sebastian Bietry beats Tommy Lishman by 4 legs to 0. For Seb, it hasn't quite been the Group A he would have hoped or expected, but he is into Group B. He's got that insurance policy. As for Robert Thornton, he was a dart away from winning the group. He finishes 4th. Lishman 5th in the table with 16 points. It's been an incredible Group A, that is for sure. It's been won by Lee Cox, and myself and Scott going to have a chat with him in a couple of minutes. Welcome back to the Modus Super Series, where we are joined alongside emotional Lee Cox. Lee, many congratulations. It's been a long time coming. I know you've had many a trial and tribulation on that stage, and we could see when you qualified a few moments ago against Robert Thornton that meant the world to you.
Yeah, definitely. It's probably right up there with winning the Challenge Tour. For me, I missed out Q School this year by 1 point. Started off at Challenge Tour, wasn't playing well. Then when I won in Germany, I get a lot of invites down here that I'm grateful for. And I always miss out on that last little bit. And today, it didn't.
Can I ask about the pressure of that before we talk about today? Because you've been here a number of times, you've missed out a fair few times. Did you feel the pressure of previous times begin to rack up and rack up? And what about this week that's been different for you?
The pressure was in game 2. I won my first one, and then just said to myself, go up, win the game. and didn't. And then all of a sudden, the pressure would come on. Then I won the third one. So I'm like, okay, 2 out of 3, sorry. Then I lost. And I was like, oh, I don't know. And you've got all the boys talking about what can be, where they can finish in there, and if this one does that. And I'm like, look, listen, just go out there and play darts. If you go out there and win your game, it speaks for itself.
It's difficult. I've been in the position and in the same way out in that back room, and sometimes you can start listening to all the others with the permutations, and it starts getting into your head. And what didn't help you was when you lost that second game, they all started playing well and started firing in the ton plus finishes, and the 180s were coming, and it was like, none of those are going to roll over here when I get to play them.
And didn't I know about it in the room, because that's all they was talking about. If you do this, if you do that. And I'm like, look, just concentrate on your own game. I'm not listening. Take the table off the TV and just play darts.
This week has been a great week for yourself. We'll talk about the group win in just a second, but I want to show you the 9 data from yesterday, because I could see the smile on your face.
Now we can talk about it.
We can talk about it 100%. In terms of the things that you've done in your career, and you've achieved a lot, particularly this year, where does this moment rank on that list?
Yeah, it's right up there. Now it's right up there. Yesterday it was 2 points. Mm-hmm. The 9 data comes second. I've hit a lot of 9 datas in practice when people ain't been around, but to do it here is massive. And like I said, them 2 points there is what got me through possibly today. So.
And you are now through to Saturday night, and I could just see it in your face. It's a massive weight lifted off your shoulders.
Yeah, big time. I don't think people realise how much I needed to make a Saturday. Like I say, so many chances down here. I got told the other day that I was one of the most I've had the most appearances down here. Me and Robert Thornton, apparently.
12 apiece.
Yeah. I've made one Saturday. That's not good enough. It's not good enough. But now, this week, I've sorted that.
Does it allow you to play with freedom on Saturday night? Because maybe there were times in the past where maybe the fact that you've played here a number of times and there was different circumstances which meant you didn't get through to a Saturday night, maybe the pressure began to build a little bit, and maybe it affected your game a little bit.
Yeah, definitely. The pressure. I should have made 5 or 6 times Saturday nights, and I haven't, and I missed out on leg difference 3 or 4 times, and Rob was one of them that actually done me on leg difference, and to finally get there means the world.
And we hear that there's going to be a fair few down on Saturday night. Apparently the fan club are in full voice and full force.
I believe the fan club will be here. There will be a lot of crafty cockneys coming down.
Well, Lee, we'll have another chat with you in just a second, but Scott, we're just going to round out everything else that we have seen on this Wednesday afternoon. Let's confirm then Lee Cox's place in the final on Saturday evening, because he won the group from, well, Robert Thornton was in that game, but Robert Thornton, because he lost it, is in Group C alongside Tommy Lishman and Pontus Danielson. Mason Whitnell, Dave Wazuski and Darren Armstrong are going to be in that Group C, whilst Group B looks like a horrid affair when you see Bietry, Evans, Hogan, Matthews and David Davies in the mix.
Yeah, absolutely. It was one of those that you really wanted to win that Group A to try and avoid both those groups, and this man has managed to do it next to me, but yeah, they're filthy groups, aren't they? That's the only way to explain it.
And the players coming in will probably have looked at some of the games this week and thought, hey, we fancy our chances. Despite the brilliance, there was 1 or 2 matches where maybe the players come in and thought, we can have a go at this.
Yeah, I mean, we said on the start of Group A that it was a really even Group A, and that turned out to be the case, and I think we're going to see some more of that from Group B and Group C. There's going to be a lot of countbacks going on, I think. Well,
Lee, final word goes to you. It's a massive smile. It's a massive achievement. What's the plan now? Is tonight actually going to be a little bit of just relax and, actually embrace this moment?
I'll go home. Mm-hmm. I'll go and see my little girl. Tomorrow I'll get up and go work.
Mm-hmm. Straight to work, straight back at it.
And then after work I'll go to my house and I'll push on with that for the next 2 days. And I'll see you boys Saturday.
Just finally, got to ask, football, any predictions for tonight?
2-1.
2?
England.
Love to hear it. Well, enjoy the football. Enjoy a couple of days off. I hope you enjoy the football tonight, Scott. You got a score prediction?
Yeah, somebody's going to win.
See these pundits sitting on the fence, right? Lee, many congratulations. We'll see you Saturday. Scott, I'll see you tomorrow afternoon. We'll see you tomorrow afternoon as well. We start at 1 o'clock on the Super Series YouTube channel. Hopefully you enjoy the football, depending on how you feel this evening. And we'll be back with you tomorrow where we've got a couple of superstars in action. We'll see you then.